Alright guys, so today I'm going to be doing another Secret of the Mimic thoughts video. This is probably like the third one I think I've done. But with the actual trailer, the full-on trailer coming out finally after waiting for so long, I think it's a good time to discuss some thoughts that I've had with it. So I did kind of cover this already in the last video with my quote-unquote reaction and initial thoughts. But the connection between this game, Secret of the Mimic, and the Mimic's story, it's they're quite closely linked. Like, I didn't think they were gonna be this closely linked. I initially thought that this game was gonna be something to do with not just the factory, but Fest, where you get to learn about Fazbear Entertainment's past in the 70s, or 79 I should say, with the mascot costumes and how they were performing on stage, how the Mimic was performing on stage, and how the Mimic was used as Jackie as the secret third performer set in Help Wanted 2. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be just about the factory and about recovering the Mimic, which is pretty much the plot of the ending chapter, ending arc, I guess, of the Mimic story from Tales from the Pizzaplex, where Team A goes and tries to recover anything from Edwin's factory because he's gone, and they find the Mimic and they fix him up and make him functional, and they die to the Mimic, and then Team B goes to see what happened to them and retrieve anything else from the factory, and they die as well. So in that trailer reaction video where I was talking about it and my initial thoughts after straight up watching it, I thought that maybe this could take place during that story, like maybe before or during, maybe you're playing as Team A or Team B in that story. Now, I didn't realize, I was a bit dumb and realized you can't be playing as Team A or Team B, or you kind of could be, but the Mimic's already active and on its murder spree in the game, so you don't put it back together in Secret of the Mimic. I presume maybe you do, but I wouldn't think you would. I presume you go in and you find the Mimic on a rampage, just destroying everything. So I presume this takes place after, and at the end, you do end up capturing the Mimic and deactivating it. Maybe you just flick the switch on the back or something, like in the epilogues, and then you just take it with you, along with Mex's probably. I think that's probably how the games get end. You just end up taking the Mimic, and that's how Fazbear Entertainment got their hands on the Mimic and was able to mass produce them. And one of the questions that we always had was that, how did the Mimic get into Fazbear Entertainment's possession? Like, what happened in between the time the Mimic killed Team B and was left in the factory, and then between then and when the Mimic model line started, when Fazbear Entertainment started to mass produce them? I guess this game will give us that answer, which is pretty good, I have to say. And I also want to quickly say the canonicity of the books to the games. This was up in the air for a long time. Okay, I said that really strange, sorry. I said that a bit cringe, but it was up in the air for a long time. People kept saying, no, it isn't canon, no, it is. People saying it is, people saying it isn't, because Scott confirmed Fazbear Frights wasn't. So, after these, there's been so many debates on this, and I think, there was a bit of a controversy with it, I think. People got upset or something. I don't know if that had to do with the Talbot files or something. No, I don't think it had to do with Talbot files. But I'm pretty sure there was some boiling point, and I've just locked it out of my memory, where people were just so upset and they just couldn't take it anymore. They kept on harassing Scott. I think maybe they mass emailed Scott or something. They kept asking him, like, where's the confirmation? Like, people were just fed up with the state of the FNAF fandom. And I think after Steelwool and Click Team in 5 Laps at Freddy's, they've added more secrets to the books in the games, and of course with the Into the Pit release with the 6th victim and all that. I'm pretty sure there was a 6th body in there. Yeah, it was. That kind of confirmed. Although I'm not saying that Into the Pit is canon to the games. I presume it probably is. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it is in its separate timeline with the books. I don't know. But all these references to the books, all of a sudden, especially in the main games like Hell Wanted 2 and of course in Secret of the Mimic and 5 Laps at Freddy's, the demo. I think Scott did hear about all this controversy about people wondering if the books are canon, and he's explicitly added added Tiger Rock, added Edwin Murray, all these references to the book, specifically stated them just so people can say that yes, it is canon. He's trying to say it without directly coming out and saying yes, it is canon. I think that's what he's trying to do, and I think he did it pretty well, honestly. I mean, there could be some other stuff he could do, but I think he did it pretty well. Now, another thing in relation to the Mimic story and Secret of the Mimic is that they do say that the Mimic was they knew about the Mimic, that it was some kind of prototype made to fit into any character. But I don't know if that means, because in the story, the Mimic, I don't think he didn't have the ability to extend and retract the limbs at all. I don't think he did. I know he did play dress up in the costumes, but I don't think he actually, like, he could, like, stretch into a spider and all that at that point in time. So, I know that he didn't mention him specifically contorting into the different costumes, so maybe he doesn't have the ability to extend and retract the limbs, but then he wasn't really designed to, fit any character. He was really just himself, just playing with David, really. But then he was playing dress up, so I guess maybe Edwin saw him playing dress up and said, oh, I've come up with this idea where this character can, this endoskeleton can become any character, because he saw him playing dress up and playing dress up as all these other characters. So maybe that's what happened, and he's just kind of gone into these other characters and playing dress up, I guess. And then with the Model 2 line, they later refined them with the extending and retracting limbs and all that. I don't know, I presume? I don't know. Because like I said, he didn't really mimic any other voices or anything, because he didn't have a voice box at that time. He couldn't speak, so how can he play other characters if he couldn't speak as well? I mean, he could probably do it with emotions, but it's kind of hard to justify the Mimic being able to play other characters when he didn't have legs, didn't have the extending and retracting arms abilities, didn't have a voice. Now, in the trailer, there was, of course, the Tiger Rock suit, which was basically the same model as the Help Wanted 2 plushie. I think it was pretty obvious that there was going to be the same model, because Steelwool does downsize basically the original character models. Like, they took the Freddy animatronic model and they just downsized it to make it the figure. They did that with all the figures, the prize figures in Help Wanted 1, and they did in Help Wanted 2 as well. And in Security Breach, it was just renders of the characters. They just said they were figures. They didn't really try to make them look more toy-like or anything. They did make new models for the plushies, of course. So maybe there was a little bit of a possibility that they could have done it in this case, since that was a plushie. But the weird thing in the neck and the zipper on the back of the suit basically did confirm that yes, this was Secret of the Mimic model that they just downsized and slapped into the Help Wanted 2 update. Speaking of that Help Wanted 2 update, I guess this also confirms kind of that the truck with Mexis in it, that kind of confirms that it was in relation to the factory back in 1979, because that truck was in the start of the trailer. I guess when you in the AR world, or when you take the mask off, I guess you could say it mirrors how the Mexis was taken to the Pizzaplex as well, or was taken out of the Pizzaplex. But I don't think that's really the case. It could be, maybe, I don't know, it could represent both. But I presume it does represent that you do take Mexis at the end of the Secret of the Mimic update, along with the Mimic. You do take Mexis along with you in the truck. Also, at the end of the trailer, there was this giant DJ Music Man looking thing. It did look pretty cool, but I have to say that what implications does this have for the timeline? Not just about the origin of DJ Music Man, but just like, why would this thing be in the factory? I mean, Mexis kind of was the AR thing. I guess if you presume that Mexis and the AR world did exist back in the day, 1979. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Since that's kind of up in the air, I mean, maybe Mexis was built off of in the future or something, like Vanny or Vanessa decided to make the Mexis AR world thingy in relation to the Mexis program, and the AR world did not exist in 1979. I don't know, but in this specific case, there is this giant animatronic that exists in 1979. I don't know how they're going to justify this. I mean, the FNAF is gone into the sci-fi realm ages ago, especially with Help Wanted 2. and with sister location as well, of course. So this isn't too bad, but I wonder what the implications are going to be with this. I really hope it doesn't lean too far into the sci-fi realm. I can understand it if in Help 1 and 2, because that's like 2035 or something. But 1979? I don't know. I mean, like I said, sister location exists, but that's just a giant bunker underground. It is pretty futuristic, but it's somewhat believable. The only thing that's not believable is how William Afton was able to build all that. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I am kind of debating on if I should play this on the channel or not. I mean, I originally wasn't going to play it because I didn't play Hell 1 and 2 or anything. I might actually play this. I don't know. It looks pretty interesting. I might. I don't know. I worry that it is going to be a bit of a Poppy Playtime bootleg. I don't know. From the looks of it, I haven't played Poppy Playtime, but from the looks of it, it does seem pretty different. So, I am hoping... I don't know. I probably will. I think I will. I think it'll be a bit of an interesting thing for you guys. I don't know. A lot of people are probably just going to watch Dorko or Fusion Z Gamer play it instead of me, or they're just going to play it themselves. But if you guys want to watch me play it, maybe you've seen one of those guys play it and you just want to watch me play it as well, see a different perspective. Yeah, I guess that's going to happen. And I probably am going to have to read the Mimic story just to understand the lore a bit better, because I actually haven't read the Mimic story fully. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I haven't read the full story, so... We'll see how that goes. Depends on how good I am for time, because I might not be able to, depending on where I am in June, basically. But we'll see what happens then. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.